What's going on, Atlanta Falcon fans, man? Y'all know what it is. Your boy, Antoine Smitty Smith. Stopping in right quick to give my quick thoughts on a topic that I, thought was very interesting, but also shout out to my boy. Let's Get It GA, man. Y'all go check out Let's Get It GA over on YouTube, man. He has a gaming channel. He has the new Madden, the new college football, and the new 2K27 coming soon. So y'all please go over there and check him out, man. But he wanted my thoughts on a topic that I would ask this in public, and it's ironic. I was asked this in public. I think it was Saturday. Yeah, Saturday when I was out. They asked me what I thought about the game. I gave my honest opinion, and they asked me this specific question. And what that question is, are the Falcons tanking? Yeah, that's right. I said it. He asked, are the Falcons going to tank this season? And it was funny that he asked that because as soon as Let's Get It GA sent me this in my email, I said, wow, this must meant for me to talk about. So let's get this thing rolling. And y'all just tell me what y'all think along the way.
Go back to your number one in upon further review. So the thought was, is Atlanta a sneaky tank team? Now
yes.
let's go back to why. So this weekend, obviously we're watching all the preseason games. Penix banged up, Tua banged up / not good. They're 2 draft picks from last year in terms of their edge rushers. Pierce for suspension off the field, and Walker for health, unfortunately. Both either Walker out for the season, Pierce out for at least half the season at this point.
Right.
Who knows what happens in between now and then, whatever. We don't know, and I'll leave that to the side. They're not at full strength. Is there a market inefficiency this year for tanking? Who do we think is trying to worry about their next quarterback and their next team versus this team? Miami, I would say, is on that list.
I can say Miami. That's true.
I don't think the Jets are because I think Aaron Glenn.
They got to win games.
Yeah.
Or their head coach is going to get fired.
Right. And they have 3 first-rounders. So they
don't need to lose. They can always move up if they need to.
And then other bad teams, Arizona.
Cardinals for sure.
Now, again, like the Browns.
I was going to say, wouldn't you throw Cleveland in there, clearly?
Yeah, but those 2 franchises specifically may think, holy crap, did we find our franchise quarterback at a cheap price? Carson Beck and Shedeur Sanders.
Correct.
Right.
That's on the table. Atlanta does not have that because if they are down on Penix or Penix is not healthy, they don't have that at this point, unfortunately. I mean, other bad teams. Tennessee has their guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vegas has their guy.
Well, even though Vegas has their guy, they still should lose because you do want to have a high pick in the quarterback-rich draft. You want somebody to pay you off in order to move up.
That's true.
And there is job security, I would think, for the 3 people now involved in Atlanta, right? Because you're thinking about Stefanski first year, Ian Cunningham, general manager first year, Matt Ryan first year.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, you don't want to tank 2 or 3 years in if you haven't been that good. If that crew is saying, listen, we re-signed a lot of the guys that are obvious to re-sign, but around the parts that are not obvious, we're going to try to move up in the draft, and we're going to try to do so by finding that market inefficiency. Kmart, you're giving me a dirty look. I'm used to that from that chair normally.
True. Yeah, I'm just fascinated by the Falcons. because they have a first-year head coach in Atlanta who has no ties, and Kevin Stefanski has no ties to Penix. He was not there. And also Matt Ryan being in the building now, I just feel like there's less patience in Atlanta than a lot of other places. I think that's why I'm fascinated by them, because Tua is only there for a year. And if they don't believe in Penix going forward, there's going to be a lot of changes.
How long have I been saying this, yo? How long have I been saying Matt Ryan ain't couldn't have no ties to either one of these top 2 quarterbacks on his roster? Not to Mike Penix, not to Tua Tagovailoa. Only Jack Strand. They signed him as an undrafted free agent. But how long have I been saying that Matt Ryan knows what a winning team is supposed to look like? And looking at his face the other night during that preseason game didn't help anybody's case. And a lot of y'all always say I'm hating on Mike Penix. No. I just know what could happen if you can't produce. Was he put in a bad spot from the start? Yes. Because they went out and signed Kirk Cousins. I see it. Let him take his lumps, learn along the way, and let the rest work itself out. But how is that hate when he's not healthy? He told y'all he wasn't healthy on Cam Newton's interview. So if he's telling y'all he's not ready to go mentally, what is he supposed to do? Now, don't get me wrong. He still has a chance to come back early in the season. But mentally, how can you focus on running a team, reading defenses, being in the film room, processing things on the field? How can you do it? And she's absolutely right. If things don't work out with some of these players, there's going to be an absolutely high turnover again. And tanking, I don't agree with that. You have a win-now team. What sense does tanking make? And like I said, with this much talent on offense, go out and find a veteran quarterback, not 37 years old, probably 28 to 30, that can come in and start and lead this team to wins. Because I keep telling y'all, this team is one viable quarterback away from being a playoff team that can make a deep run, possibly a Super Bowl team. Because this defense, the way it's built, and I know two of the key players are hurt, but I trust Justin Hood, I trust Nate Ollie, and I trust Jeff Ulbrich. And as I told y'all, this has to be the identity of this team, is the defense. If that's the identity of this team and you keep building on that, the offense will work itself out. Because we have the talent. We just paid $260 million for 3 players, which is, to me is absurd. But at the same time, it's what the market calls for. So, in the long run, Matt Ryan has to make a decision. Do I want to continue with Penix past this year? Or do I want to draft another quarterback if we up high enough? Or trade assets, which Ian Cunningham said he doesn't want to do? Or do I go out and pay top dollar for one of the top quarterbacks via trade and trade draft picks? Again, some Ian say he doesn't want to do. But he also said he's open to doing either or to make this team better. So, with Bijan, Drake, Cal here for at least the next 3 years together, you mean to tell me you want to go get a top quarterback to lead this team? Because this is one of the best offenses in the league on paper. They just need somebody behind the wheel to drive this offense. And also, talk about coaching. If this is a tank team, will Kevin Stefanski make it past season 1? Yet to be seen. Because as we know, Raheem Morris stayed one season too long. 6-3 the first season, fell off a cliff, never recovered. So it's plenty of ways we can go with this thing. And Matt Ryan, the way he was looking in that preseason opener, patience is running thin. And she's absolutely right. Arthur Blank is 83, 84 years old. He has more time behind him than in front. So you gotta make these changes just to, put this team on the right track to win, point blank, period. So the way I look at it, if Penix or Tua doesn't perform well this season, and the way they're, saving cap space, they have about $35 million in cap space right now, expected to still have well over $100 million next year. Who's to say they won't go get a superstar quarterback to finish off this roster and lead this team in the right direction? But they got to make sure they still have the right coaches in place. So she's right. It could be another high turnover rate, but who knows? But, that's yet to be seen. But let's finish this off.
So, do you think it's on the board? You've talked about it.
I think they're just going to be bad.
Yeah, but
so they might not be trying to tank, but it's going to amount to that. I think the Falcons, you could have it on the board that they're a last place team in the softest division in football. And
wow. I can't even agree with that one, man. I don't see them being the last place team. Maybe I'm wrong. And maybe he sees something I don't see because he played football. But at the same time, I just can't see it, man. I just can't see it. But yeah, change is coming, man. And Kim and Mars is absolutely correct, 200%. But I just think it's just too much talent on this team to tank. And it's going to be too much pride in the building. And look at what they added, during the draft for second straight season. 2 more defensive studs to keep building on this defense. So, again, I trust Jeff Ulbrich. I trust Nate Ollie, and I trust his defensive coaching staff. It's the offensive staff that has to step up. You see the way that offense sputtered the first game, preseason game. That was a bad look on Stefanski. That was a bad look on Tommy Reese. Bad look on Alex Van Pelt and all those guys. So if they can get the quarterback position situated, yeah, they can make some noise. But if not, hey, it's going to be a long season. Even though you had the most dynamic running back in football, it's going to be tough being a one-man show, and that only lasts so long. And this being a play action heavy offense predicated off the run game. If that is so, if that works, I'm comfortable with this team 100%. But let's wait to see. But let me know y'all thoughts on this. Do you think the Falcons are going to tank? I want to know y'all thoughts in the comment box. Drop them down below. Let's get it, GA. Thank you for the question, man. Truly appreciate it. This your boy Antoine Smith signing off. I will hot y'all soon, man. Peace.